So now that the holiday season is over, I thought it's about time that I get back to making some videos and also updating people on what's happening with our decision as to whether or not to adopt a second Greyhound. If you've been following along, we've been walking a female dog, 5-year-old girl called Scout, for a few weeks now to see if her and Magnus would make a good pairing and whether or not to adopt a second Greyhound. I also asked people out there in the last video to give me some comments as to whether or not they thought it was a good idea, what were any challenges of adopting a second Greyhound, and for any tips, help, or advice in adopting a second Greyhound. As I was very nervous about the idea of taking on a second Greyhound. Magnus is very settled into his home life, and I didn't want to disrupt him and all his settled behaviour and to bring some havoc and chaos into his life if I didn't have to. So I wanted it to work well if we're going to do it. So I was very nervous about the whole idea. We went on holiday for a week, and whilst we were on holiday, we actually boarded Scout and Magnus together in a kennel to see how they got along, to see if it was a make or break, and they got on really, really well. So that kind of helped a little bit with decision, but I was still unsure as to whether or not I wanted to have a second Greyhound in my life. That being said, I was very nervous about the first time I got a Greyhound, and that worked out okay. So basically, it came time to decide: do we want to adopt a second Greyhound, or are we going to take Scout home? So it was a very tough decision, but in the end, I had to look out for my buddy here, and we decided that we should probably get him a little friend. So, yep, Scout came home.